So hi, today I'm going to explain with an help of example what is a candidate key, what is a primary key, and what is a foreign key, and what are the differences between each of them. So the primary key is the candidate key. So let's discuss about the candidate key first. So candidate key is a key which can uniquely identify a row in a table. For example, we have these records: one John Doe 31 USA, two Robert Luna 22 USA, etc. So here the USA is same for John and Robert. So we could we can't query give if you want to find John, if you want to find John in the table, we can't query USA. That way, if we query USA, we would get Robert also, but we only want John. So what is unique about John? Uh, let's say his name. But what? Wait. There's another John also. We won't don't want that. So what should we do? We could certainly make combinations of John and USA. It would be like harder to track कि if we only want John from USA, so that could be a candidate key in this table because a particular John that is from USA is a unique John. Uh, and also we can use customer ID as the primary key because uh, the John with the country USA as a unique customer ID, one which no other customer have. So that is a kind of a candidate key that uniquely identifies a record in the table. So, for example, let me make a table, create table. Let's name it student with the columns. Let's say student ID with type int and let's name it let's make it the primary key. Then we could also have a constraint like attributes like name. Let's keep it varchar about 50 characters. Then we can have email. Uh, let's name it. Let's your constraints as 100 and let's make it unique. So primary key is also forgot to tell that primary key is unique and non-null. That is the if we are making customer ID as the primary key or the candidate key here, it can't be null. That is, it can't be no value at all. It has to have a value, and it can't be duplicate. Like can only be one in this entire table for the column customer ID. Let's make it unique. Mm, yeah. So let's now end this and try to run this screen. Yeah. So our table is created. Our student ID primary key is not. I think it is detected. I think they don't show the constraint here. Okay, so the here the primary key is the student ID name, and so what are the candidate keys in this table? The candidate keys in this table are the student ID, that is the primary key. Also, we could uniquely identify most of the times we have only one person with a particular email in the table. So the email is a candidate to become a primary key, but not actually the primary key. That is, the student ID and the email were both initially candidates to become the primary key, but student ID, we decided to move on with the student ID and make it the primary key. That is the only unique identifier of the table. So now let's discuss what is a foreign key. Suppose we have done. making the table student. So now what can we do is create table. Um, let's name it something like enrollment with the constraint student ID, same in. Then we could have a course enroll ID in, and let's make it the primary key of this table. Uh, okay, and now what we can do is we could define a foreign key in key uh, student ID, the current student ID in this table, referencing the differences, the student ID in the table student. So let's do student ID. Um, let's see if it works. So there's a syntax error. Okay. I think I missed the brackets here. Let's run it again. The table enrollment already. So I like paused the video for a second and checked the uh, brackets were missing. So I added that. So yeah, now we have a table uh, enrollment with with reference which references the current column student ID as a foreign key. So for what is basically a foreign key? A foreign key is a primary key of another table, uh, like the student table here, which is referenced by a secondary table enrollment. So enrollment is using that primary key to establish a connection between these two tables, and the foreign key basically uh, preserve the referential integrity. That is, if there is no student by the name with the ID 2 in the student table, we can't insert the record in enrollment table with that ID. And if it is deleted, we have to keep certain measure like cascading effect. That is, if it is deleted from student, we also need to delete it from enrollment, or other measures like make it null or whatever we decide to impose on the uh, SQL you in the SQL using the SQL query. So I think that's it. Thank you.